going on, guys, and welcome to my channel. I am super excited today to do one of the first that I've ever done on this channel, really spending time with you, showing you how I plan for the next 4 months. I've talked about this planner numerous times on numerous videos. It's the Daily Grind Planner. They launched these fall and spooky covers and they finally came in, so that's why it's a little delayed. But I'm going to go ahead and walk you through how I plan for the next 4 months. So every 4 months, I do a self-assessment. I sometimes get new planners. They have new dividers along with each of the different covers. And then I go through and I plan that out. But I always spend every 4 months re-looking at things, re-evaluating, self-assessing myself, and then going in strong with goals. So the first thing I do is I set up the various tabs based on what I want. They have so many different labels that you can use, so I just take my time going through exactly what I want to be in each of my planners. I do purchase two. I do have a lot of planners, by the way, just so you know, but I always like to either purchase two or have two planners going at a time. One is what I'm currently setting up, which is my daily planner. So this has all of my goals, all of my daily goals, things like that. And that is one planner. Certain things will go in here depending on what I'm working on. And I only will put like 2 months in this planner. It makes it easier to carry. It makes it easier to work with versus having a full 4 months. So I just put the extras aside and then we'll switch that out, because I guarantee when Christmas comes, they'll have new planners then. So I'm excited for that. Typically, again, I use the calendar tab. I'll have a today tab, and then I will also have a next month tab. And then I decided to do a project tab this time around too, because I am planning a lot of things, working a lot of things, and I like having that right at my fingertips just to go through instead of going back and forth between two planners. So this is essentially the planner that I will use on a daily basis at minimum to go over things, track things, go through my daily goals, all of that. And as you can see, it's super easy to put together. You just clip everything and slide in your inserts. I'm also putting in my refresh plan. I want to keep this basically in the front of my mind and in the front of my planner to remind myself what I'm working towards every single day. If you want to see how I actually do the planner itself, that's coming up in a little bit, probably about minute 6 or so if you want to just skip ahead. But this is the second planner I got, the second cover, and it's got the spooky vibes in it. This one is becoming and going to look a little different. This will not have like the day-to-day stuff that I'll be working on. It will have a lot of the tracking and the challenges that I'm working on. So my first challenge is my habit tracker. I've talked about this in my 60-day challenge videos from last year, having really strong, healthy habits. And so I want to keep track of those this year, and the Daily Grind has that kind of a tracker. The second one that I'm setting up in here is the budget tracking challenge, which you can kind of see right there in the background. One of the things that gives me anxiety is finance. And though we don't struggle and we don't really have too many issues, we really want to make sure that, for me, it's putting my mind at ease knowing where I'm at. So that's what that one is. I also did a daily grind tab because that has some of my side things that I'm doing. Then they released that other insert, which will show in a few minutes. It's a fall party or a spooky, not so spooky party. So it's got a lot of cool things in there. These are, again, super simple just to put together. You just click everything in. You can do a lot at a time, which is really nice. So this is the not so scary insert. It has a quiz about what is your fall or spooky aesthetic. It has bookmarks. It has coloring pages, which I thought was super cute. It has a watch list, so a movie watch list, a TV series watch list, and all of these pages you can color. It has even DIY projects, like recommended DIY projects, different books to read, giving you a chance to rate them. It's a lot of fun. Go check them out if you're interested. The first thing I will do when it comes to planning is, again, Just as a reminder, I'm doing this almost halfway through September because the planners came in. But I already had habits in mind that I wanted to track. And so I set up my habit tracker by the month and then put in the weekly routine builder. So you pick about 5 habits you want to track and you plug them in here. And then you also associate your goals to the various times of day. And this builds really good routines. The next thing I did was go through the budget tracking challenge and set that up. I'm obviously not going to go through that with you because that is a little bit more personal. But if you have a problem with budgeting or you want more help support in that area, definitely go check that out. It is super helpful and very eye-opening. A little scary, but amazing. They also released this past year these beautiful calendar inserts that you can color and use at your discretion. They come with 2 different kinds. They have this kind, which is the portrait, and then they have the horizontal one. So the portrait one I put in this planner that's helping me track my videos for YouTube and TikTok and the social media platforms and things like that. And then the other one is in here, and it's just my day-to-day tracker of all the things I'm going on. So let's now get into how I truly plan for the next 4 months and looking at goals. The first thing the Daily Grind Planner offers you is a self-assessment. I do this every 4 months. You go through and you rate where you are in these different life categories. Then you go to the life wheel and you color it in. The whole idea is, if you were driving, would you be able to drive on that wheel? In most cases, you're not going to be able to. Not in most cases, every single time, you're not going to be able to drive on that wheel. It's just really helping you to understand where you are, clarifying where you are, picking out where you are, identifying those things that you probably want to focus on. Because if you're doing really good in your career, but not so good in your relationships, then that's where you need to focus. This page has a couple of other questions that you go through, like what can you do well? Where are you today? What do you need to work on? Where are you struggling? And so it walks you through all of that, and you can spend the time really thinking, what do you want to do? Next is this sheet, which is called 4 months of goals. So you take and have each month in which you identify your goals. What I do is I just kind of take headings of what I want to work on. So for right now, it's like physical, affirmations, devotional, my church work, license, which is my goal is to get an upgrade to my current minister's license. So I just do headings. The specific of the goals will be coming up soon, because I've already did like a full brain dump of those goals in my self-assessment, and that'll be in the refresh series I do. You also have this page, which is again another calendar. Just as a note, I am not very creative, so please forgive if this is not like what you would think a planner would look like. Unfortunately, I'm just not that creative or that skilled in the drawing area, but a lot of people do amazing things with these various pages and they look incredible. This page, again, is another calendar, but what I do is I will use it to say how many goals I've accomplished each day. So I can track if I've done 10, if I've done 3, and then I can figure out what's happening. This is the page where I really will write out the goals. I get very specific, and you must get very specific with your goals. If you don't, then you're just aiming for nothing. You don't have a set target. You can say you want to lose weight, but what does that look like? So here I just kind of put like an initial. So P obviously stands for physical. I want to lose 5 pounds this month. A, affirmations, I want to do those daily. My devotionals, I want to do daily. For church, I have work that has to be done on a consistent basis. So I have the operational task of the church I need to do on a daily and a weekly basis, including weekly meetings now that we're going to have. So that's what I do. I just highlight the specifics of what I want to get done. So for my upgraded license, I want to finish 2 courses. That's pretty easy to do, but I still want to plan it. I need to write it down. One of the biggest tips I can give you is make sure that you're putting some kind of a number to it. Whether that's you're saying 5 times a week, twice a week, even daily, make sure you are including what you want to do as a number. Give yourself a target, give yourself a goal, give yourself a deadline. If you're not doing all of that, then I promise you it's going to be very difficult to manage because you don't know what you're aiming for. So there's a lot more you can do in this page. I'm kind of keeping it simple. the top priorities this month. You list out the 3 that you really want to focus on. There are sections for you can put important dates or notes, so I'll go back later and put in there like when we have appointments or when we have soccer practice, when we have games, when we have things that we're doing as a family. I'll put those in there. But I've also already put that on the horizontal planner too. So it's a lot of rewriting and things, and you can use these however you want. If you ever purchase a daily grind planner, you can use these in any way you want. People use them so differently, and it's all very unique in how they do it and to your own style. This page here is simply looking at your week coming up, on what's going on, what are you focusing on in this week ahead. And what I do here is similar to what I've done earlier, is I'll go back and under each day list, which goals do I think I'm going to be able to get to and when. So like the top will be in the morning, the bottom will be the afternoon or the evening. And I just put the initials. The reason I do this is because I need to know, like, if I intend to film 3 times that week, when can I do that? When realistically can I do that? So like our Saturday for the upcoming week is pretty full. So that means I need to look at, okay, what other days am I available to do some filming? What other days, if we have appointments or the kids have things going on, it doesn't make sense that I'm going to actually technically have time to maybe watch some courses for my license. So that's what I use this page for, to really zone in on, hey, which goals of the 5, the 3 that you really want to focus on, of the 10 even, all 10, where can you put them? What days are you able to continually do them, and when? Mornings, evenings, afternoons. Then you come to the daily page, and you know what? I'm going to cover that in a later video. I hope you enjoyed this playing with me video, giving you some tips. I hope you find some interest in a daily grind planner. Make sure you like this video and subscribe, and I will see you the next time. Bye.